And a very good afternoon to you, everybody, from the Russian river town of Guerneville, California. And Missy Jen coming in here today after the devastating floods of last week. We have a reprieve from the weather here, but I tell you, we've seen some incredible damage coming in, haven't we?
Yeah.
People putting out just tons and tons of ruined bedding and
furniture, refrigerators, appliances.
Appliances, just
chairs,
devastating.
Tables, couches.
What we're going to do to try to do today, we were going to originally bring you a live stream, but I think the cell service has definitely been impacted out here. We're just running 3G. We don't have enough bandwidth to carry a live stream. We do have enough video storage here to be able to bring you guys some of the sites. The damage is unbelievable here. So let's. What we're going to do first is we're going to take a little ride up on the old bridge, the 1920s bridge here. We're going to roll Missy Jen up there, and we'll take a look and roll around town a little bit and get you some of the more important footage. A lot of the places are closed. The water, what did it reach, Jen? Epic, probably matched its all-time high of 50 feet above, 46, 47 feet above.
That was a new record.
Yeah, new record, and many dozens of feet above flood stage. So this town is taking a few wallops, and let's go take a look around. We've been out on this bridge many times over the years, of course, but usually in dry, lovely weather. Been out here with our rings, our inner tubes kind of floating on the river, but this is so much wider here now. Looking at, and this is down a lot of feet. All of these the trees that you see over on the other side were all underwater. Yeah, Johnson's Beach, where we usually, Jen, that's where we usually set up for swimming fun and going to the beach. That's all many feet underwater right now.
Yeah, 5 feet, 6 feet.
Yeah, this is, I'll tell you, this river is usually very meandering and very calm, but when it goes rogue, it does so in a big way. There's a park across here that I flew the drone out before. Not today's not a day for, not a day for drone flying today. Let me get a little better look over here. Yeah, it's just, I think you can get an idea looking at that bridge support how high the water was over there. It's about 10 feet higher than it is right now, at least. Look over here, you can see the force of the water bent a lot of the branches, a lot of the trees. Huh? What bottom thing?
The holes.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, there's a little park over on the other side where I would hang out. That's all pretty much under. We're last to die, huh? Interesting. Yeah, our swimming beach is way underwater. Now this is going to rise again because we got another big storm coming in.
On the
Beautiful
8th
here.
On the 9th, it's going to be raining hard.
It's beautiful here. Well, let's go down. Jen, let's look around town a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we'll go down the road. We'll show some of the other disaster down the way here, okay? Sound good? All right. Glad to have you guys along. Most of the places are closed here, not necessarily because of flooding, but because of electrical issues. Like I said, we're not getting any 4G LTE. We're just on a 3G here today, so I'm sure that the cell towers were damaged. There's also a red tag on the door. I don't think we're going to be able to focus that, but that's from this, closed. The county came around real quick and closed and inspected eateries just to make sure they would be safe and sanitary without any electricity. It's very difficult to have food service, so that's what a lot of people are dealing with here. As I was saying, inspections are a fact of life when you live in a floodplain here. Yeah, and the city not the city, but the county came around real quick and did their inspections. As long as you green tagged, you're okay to go. Here's the sheriff's station. You can tell these guys have been dealing with it. So what AT&T has temporary communications, temporary cell. They still have some basic communications in town for the sheriff and have the microwave links. Pretty depressing. This county, just one disaster after another. Fire, flood, earthquakes.
This morning they even not up bad.
Just like I say, it's the most, for natural disasters, it's the most dangerous place in America to live out here.
It's a nightmare.
Nightmare. All right, let's keep pushing on. Go down the hill a little bit. This is the Russian River Beach, Johnson's Beach, the place I've been telling you. Things are going on. I doubt if they'll let anybody by here, but there's been a massive amount of flooding here. I'm not going to be able to get any closer. I don't want to slip and slide in the mud here. Somebody's rig down there got, woo, that went under.
So I just interviewed a local gentleman. He said they had a landslide when you leave town the other side, and it cut off the power to the city, so Guerneville is absolutely without power at the moment. That's why all the businesses are shut down.
I think it's a precaution here, just so, you never know what's going to be potentially shorting out here. So you have to be very careful. Everything, as you've seen, has to be inspected. Another feature you see is what we'll show you on the right in a second. See the big piles of messes. This is just one of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of piles that have had to be removed. Chemicals, everything else under the sun.
Mattresses, books.
Everything in that pile. All kinds of debris.
Yeah.
Church has been green tagged. People in the trailer and the house in the back there. Well, let's roll on. Imagine having all your belongings just ruined and having to put everything out. Don't ever buy anything real good here, you know? for darn sure. Coming down to the Safeway now, Jen, and this was all underwater here.
This was all underwater. This road here, the most part of the parking lot here,
yeah,
was underwater all the way up to the doors of the Safeway. Was all underwater.
Safeway has no power right now, so they're closed.
Where we're standing at right now, this was all 2-3 feet underwater right here.
Let's go up the road now. Coming up Third Street, and this is where I have boondocked before here, and you can see the amount of devastation, pains, all kinds of things emptied out of buildings, and what a mess. What a mess. We have the sheriff here. Heartbreaking, huh? Back here, some more of the back of this was just all underwater here. I think a lot of homeless typically stay back here. This is the bank building here. There's the Red Cross services over here. Evidently a creek rose back here, and even though we're kind of downhill from where there's a hump here where the river is, there's a little creek over here that rose independently. It must be fed by the Russian River. Go over here. Some of the services, I guess they're feeding people here. This is the local here. District office, local assistance center. People filling out their application centers. I guess they're making applications for FEMA. And I'm so used to covering disasters now in this county. It's might as well just keep FEMA here full time. Over here and take a look. This is the Bank of America. So I guess they're handing out water here and other things for emergency needs, helping people fill out their disaster applications for Red Cross assistance.
Get in or out. She was there with her girlfriend.
Buildings, all these businesses are just devastated back here. I think it's on something the order of $200 million of damage here. I hope they were all properly insured, but probably not. Lots of parts, lots of inventory. I mean, you got to have a lot of faith to build in an area like this anyway. So, the owner's given me permission to come in, and this was under 1.5 feet of water here, so anything that was on low level, 1.5 feet or so. Is that right here? Yeah, about right there. So, wow.
You can see 86 and 95 in the corner over there.
Oh, you got your previous.
Two lines in the corner.
Yeah, there's the two, evidently the two. Oh, behind the box. Okay. Yeah, you can see some light lines where, well, you probably not see it there, but yeah, it's terrible. The toll on the small businesses here.
Actually, some actually had water like up to here.
Yeah, no, a couple of these shaking, you can still hear water. But
Lizzie, why don't you pull out the ones that have water and we can dump them?
Wow. Okay. Your shop okay back there?
Yeah, that's where I do my work.
Okay. Can I take a look back here? Is that okay? Thank you. Can I tell you it? Very important guy to do all the repair work and everything back here. It's drying out. Unbelievable. Now, let's move on. The owner let me have a tour of his machine shop, his engine shop and repair over there. Just the water here was 1.5 feet high on the streets here, so a lot of his material's been damaged. You can see he has a big pile up here. It's pretty awful, Jan. And over here it's the Red Cross services. Like I said, we're pros now at covering disasters in the county. Here. Yes, the owner was kind enough to let me go in and take a look around over here. Just making our way down the thrift shop. If you were on the second floor, you're good to go. We got big backhoe operations down here. This is really like post-apocalyptic here on both sides. Some people learn, build it high, but yet you want to rent out your first floor. I remember boondocking around here. I never got it. Watch these. Yeah, there's an antique car in there. Got to move to the side here. Go over here. See what happened. We're coming in here now. This is the back of the Timberline at Bucks here. The county's controlling this operation and running it. This was really severely flooded down here. They're using backhoes in to move material and get this all back with what a mess. Riverside living's good until it's not. Oh, the smell down here is horrendous. This was really under, I would guess this was under 4 feet of water here. This place looked barely habitable anyway, but I can't make that kind of judgment because obviously people were living there. Must have been a hell of a night. Just goes on and on down to the anterior creek over here. If you built it up high, you'll be good to go, except for the down flooding. This damn telephone pole there. No escaping this one. Somebody's bike got totaled in there, huh? Alright. Must be the guy that owns the lodge over here. The smell here, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna be ill. The stink of food and rot in here is unbelievable. was a really cool place too. All right, let's catch up with Missy Jen. There's a couple more cars that were totally underwater. They'll soon be coming to a used car dealership near you, right? Just like all the cars out in New Orleans and the flooding.
These into Florida.
Yeah, ship them down to Florida, put them up for the mega auctions. No big deal. Let's get the shine rag out a little bit. That's it. You can see the bills on the seat, all that yuck. I got to get out of here because it smells so bad. Yeah, up on a hill. I don't know what the theory is of all these logs, but I do know there's not a lot holding those logs in place. And if I lived below that place in this house right here and had that car, I think I'd be pressing for action to get rid of those logs, especially with the ground being super saturated. Jen, I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of damage today, but without a doubt, that's the dumbest thing I've seen up here today. Is this, all these logs pitched to go, and if that tree goes, they're all gonna come rolling down, take out this car, and probably take out this house.
Yeah.
That's a lot of weight up there. Well, there's your Darwin Awards for 2019. There's a lot of people living under the bridge, but man, look at this. This is as bad as it gets, Jan. This was all floating. I'm sure that RV, that old Class A Winnie was underwater. You do have some people living under there. The worst aspect of this is the smell. Come down here and get a little look at this. Got another Class C that looks like they pulled that out of the mud. That looks like that was underwater, Jen.
Yep, and that was down there and it was underwater.
Somebody else's homes. What do you think, Jan? These were probably under 4 or 5 feet of water here. And you can see where things swept down through there, Jen, down in there. Lawn chairs, all this fencing got taken out along here. Look at this. This thing was raging. Huh? Can you imagine that, Jen, to take out all of this?
You took out all the fence and everything. Propane tank.
Man, look at the tank there. Wow. My wine barrels. This is the place where we came down. This is the lodge here where the Pride Festival a couple years ago, but Missy, Jen, and I. Jen, your brake is on your right side. The Guerneville Lodge. This is where the Pride Fest, they had the outdoor celebrations and things. She didn't want to appear on camera, but her dad just passed away too. With all the mess going on, man, what a tragedy. So, see over here on the side, just all got, that water just really must have been raging here. Look at all the stuff under there. amazing how high that water was to get all that caught. Terrible. Stuff taken out from some of these lodges. Some real old furniture too, obviously. Caked in mud. Yeah, more stuff from the lodge here. Tapes, all kinds of things here. Actually looks like a little house or something got swept up onto the tree over there. Obviously this well drilling place just really got hammered over here. What I'm seeing is a lot of these temporary sheds just were uplifted and just moved willy-nilly. The thing that really impresses me is the force that the water had to have, even this far. You can't even see the river down there. It's about 20 feet below where we are now, I would judge to be. I did take surveying and know how to run a transit, but I would judge that to be about 20 to 25 feet down. But to be raging up this high and take a fence like this. Look at the concrete footer on that. Another thing that shows the force of the water here. Just was pushing through from the other side and just buckled that door. And unfortunately that was bad news for this guy's HVAC shop. The way the doors got all that stuff inside just floated up against that door and just destroyed it. Look at how that container got lifted up by the water and dropped on top of the pickup trucks in the back there. That's an unbelievable force. Well, an empty container, that's going to bob around. McPhail Fuel Company. Look at the level they have to have their propane tank there. This dog looks shell-shocked here. Hello. As we head home, we'll just run the camera. You can see along the way a couple miles of devastation here. They continue the cleanup here from Guerneville. Thanks for being along, everybody. Missy Jen, I think you'd agree. Probably the natural catastrophe area of the United States is right here in this county. Tick it down. Earthquakes, fires, floods, it's all biblical here. All right, thanks for being along, everybody. Go.